Hi guys, welcome back to a new video and I hope you all are doing good. It's a big day in the tech industry today. Apple is all set to release their new iPhones at the exclusive far out launch event in a few hours from now. The new iPhone 14 lineup is coming out and it's time to get excited once again. And now I'm going to tell you all about the upcoming iPhone 14s and I'll also try to explain which iPhone you should be buying and whether or not you should be upgrading to the new iPhone 14. But before we go ahead, it would be massively appreciated if you can hit that subscribe button, and if you find this video good enough at some point, do hit the like button as well. Okay, so in about 20 hours from now, Apple will be unveiling their latest iPhone 14 lineup at the Far Out event. This year, Apple is going to take a new approach with their new iPhones. So basically there are 4 new iPhones coming up. First of all, there is going to be iPhone 14 and then there is going to be iPhone 14 Plus, then the iPhone 14 Pro and the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So the iPhone 14 is going to be the smallest iPhone in the lot with a screen size of about 6.1 inches, while the iPhone 14 Plus will be of 6.7 inches. The iPhone 14 Pro will be of 6.1 inches. And the iPhone 14 Pro Max will also carry a display of 6.7 inches. So these are 4 different variants that Apple is going to launch. This year there isn't going to be any iPhone 14 mini. The iPhone 13 mini was the last mini iPhone that we saw. Apple has also categorized all these iPhones in different categories. I mean, there is a big difference between these iPhones this year. For example, both the iPhone 14 and the iPhone 14 Plus, they will be rocking an enhanced version of the Apple A15 Bionic chipset. There isn't going to be any massive upgrade in these iPhones. Both these low-end iPhones are going to be minor upgrades over their successors. The iPhone 14 and 14 Plus are going to be minor upgrades in terms of hardware and in terms of design as well. For example, Apple is going to use the nefarious notch on the iPhone 14 and the 14 Plus. These low-end iPhones will not get a design upgrade either, like I said. There are going to be some enhancements in the camera department and there are rumors of a better RAM in these phones as well. And there isn't any such information available about the battery of these phones. Now, as far as the pricing is concerned, the Apple iPhone 14 is supposed to start at about $759, while the iPhone 14 Plus will start at about $849. Now, remember that this is not final. We'll know the final details once Apple takes the wraps off from these iPhones in the event later today. But this is the price just for a basic idea. The other 2 iPhones, well, they are going to be the top-notch iPhones, and these are the iPhones where Apple has put all the efforts. First of all, there is going to be a massive design change. I'm talking about the front. Apple is saying goodbye to the big ugly notch on the iPhone 14 Pro and the 14 Pro Max. Apple is going to opt for a new pill-shaped, small punch hole kind of notch on the iPhone 14 and the 14 Plus. Now this notch will help Apple retain the Face ID sensors, and the front cameras will be in that notch as well. This is not going to be an ugly notch, and these iPhones, in my opinion, are going to look much better and beautiful. And this is actually going to add to the beauty of the iPhone 14 Pro and the 14 Pro Max. Another upgrade that everyone should look forward to is the inclusion of new Apple A16 Bionic chipset in the iPhone 14 Pro and the 14 Pro Max. So not in just terms of the design, in terms of hardware, these iPhones are going to be a huge upgrade. And then Apple is also supposedly bringing a new set of cameras, especially a new ultra-wide camera on the Pro and the Pro Max iPhones. As far as the pricing is concerned, there are 2 prices being discussed about the iPhone 14 Pro Max and the iPhone 14 Pro at the moment. The iPhone 14 Pro is allegedly coming out with a price tag of $1149, while the 14 Pro Max will start at about $1249. It's still unclear whether or not these are the final prices. Another price that is being discussed is $1099 and $1199 for these iPhones. Now, if we are looking forward to upgrading to these iPhones, you will have to see where you are standing right now. I have categorized the iPhone users into 3 different sets. So there are users who are likely using the iPhone 10 or the iPhone 11 and these are the users who did not upgrade to the iPhone 12 or iPhone 13 because of an unchanged design. In such a case, if you were looking forward to a new design, the new devices that you should be getting should either be the iPhone 14 Pro or the iPhone 14 Pro Max. But if you are someone who is the user of the low-end iPhones like the iPhone 12 or the iPhone 13, and you were looking forward to a completely new iPhone 14, so this year it's not going to be an upgrade for you. In such a case, I would suggest that you rather stick to your old iPhone and wait for a complete design change for this low-end series of the iPhones. And now there are the users who upgrade to each new iPhone as it comes out. So in such a case, you should be using the iPhone 13 Pro or the 13 Pro Max, and you should just blindly go ahead and upgrade to the iPhone 14 Pro or the 14 Pro Max as soon as it comes out, because you are actually going to welcome massive upgrades in all the terms, be it the design, be it the hardware, be it the camera, and be it the other features including the operating system on the iPhones as well. So yeah, that is how you should be looking forward to these new iPhones, and we'll see what actually comes out. I'm really excited for these new iPhones, and I myself will be going ahead and picking up the iPhone 14 Pro Max because I have been holding myself back because of that same old design. And I think this year the iPhone is going to be really impressive, and it's actually going to be for a user like me. I'll be switching from Android. I'll see if I actually switch if the iPhone 14 entices me enough. I'm rocking the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 at the moment, and I really want to see how the iPhone 14 Pro Max stacks up against the likes of the Galaxy Z Fold 4 and the Galaxy S22 Ultra. Along with the new iPhones, Apple is also going to launch the Apple Watch. The new series is likely going to be priced much higher than the previous series, and a new pair of AirPods is also expected. Now all of this is just a rumor, and there are just a few hours before we see all of these products coming out of the wrap. So I think the wait is not much now. You can all just keep your fingers crossed and hope for the best. Let me know which Apple product are you excited about, and which product are you going to pick up as soon as it comes out. With that being said, I will sign off and see you all in the next one.